Okay, let's dive straight into this explainer and completely dismantle everything you thought you knew about making money. If you've ever felt like getting ahead financially is just this impossible dream, trust me, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to look at the actual science behind the way money works, and we're going to tear down those false beliefs that society and the school system have just handed to us.
Because, you look at the billionaires of the world and you probably ask yourself this exact question. You feel like you're trapped on the losing side of a rigged game. It baffles you, right? Honestly, it might even make you angry. You see people achieving massive wealth, sometimes at incredibly young ages, and the natural reaction is to just assume, well, they got lucky, they were born into it, or they somehow cheated the system.
I mean, to put extreme wealth into perspective for a second, just look at this number. If you take $1 billion, which is already an unfathomable amount of money, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth 117 times the size of that. When you hear a figure like that, it's so easy to just completely write off your own dreams of paying off your mortgage or buying your favorite car or traveling the world. And it brilliantly illustrates this totally stark contrast between their reality and yours. You're likely sitting there right now, stuck with a university degree, drowning in pesky student debt, and feeling vastly underpaid at your job. Your living expenses seem ridiculously high, and savings, well, those seem like a distant fantasy, don't they? You feel like you're trading your life away just to stay afloat.
But let's go ahead and shatter that Hollywood myth right now. The idea that all rich people just inherited their money or are inherently evil. A WealthX study on the world's ultra-wealthy, so we're talking people with a net worth of $30 million or more, shows us that 68% of them are entirely self-made. People like Howard Schultz, Oprah Winfrey, and Elon Musk started with nothing. They didn't cheat the system, they just understand a different equation than you do.
The real reason they have so much and you feel stuck is simply because you've been taught a two-dimensional, mathematically flawed equation for generating money. This is the lie we are literally fed from childhood. Money equals the salary earned from a job. Past a certain point, getting a job becomes the sole driving purpose of your entire education. But if your actual goal is to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, this equation will absolutely guarantee that you never get there. Just let this sobering math sink in for a second. If you earn $20 an hour and work 40 hours a week, it takes nearly 24 years to make $1 million. And wait, that's assuming you save every single penny. That's before taxes, before living expenses, and before inflation eats away at the value of that money. By following this standard path, you trade away your most precious, unrecoverable resource, which is your time, and you only become a millionaire at an old age by living incredibly frugally. So the crucial point here is understanding the true rule of capitalist wealth. You are paid based on your perceived value to the market. We have to stop thinking about money as something you work for in terms of hours. The market, which is literally just you, your friends, your family, consumers everywhere, determines what is valuable. If the market demands football, football players get paid millions. It's entirely about how much value the market perceives you're bringing to the table. It is absolutely not about how hard you physically work. Think about it. A cleaner is sweating, tiring himself out every single day, yet the market pays an accountant sitting comfortably behind a desk way more. Why? Simply because the cleaner is easily replaced by almost anyone, while the accountant has spent years studying numbers and saves their clients thousands of dollars in taxes. The accountant's perceived value is just drastically higher. If you want to increase your perceived value and escape this time trap, you need to adopt a massive mindset shift. Ready? Stop chasing money and chase problems. It sounds totally paradoxical, I know, but if you want money, you shouldn't be looking for it. You should be looking for problems to solve. If you solve $1 million problem, the market will throw millions of dollars at you. If you solve $1 billion problem, kind of like Amazon did with shopping convenience, you're rewarded with billions. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You don't need to know how to code to be the next Jeff Bezos, and you definitely don't need millions to start. You just need to listen to the market. Ask yourself, what are people saying they wish existed? What inconveniences them? What frustrates them on a daily basis? Start with a problem, always. Because if you can find a meaningful problem that the market wants solved, you have found the seed of true wealth. Once you have that solution, you must scale it. This is the next massive key to the whole equation. Starting a local restaurant is great, sure, but it's totally non-scalable. Your wealth is strictly limited to local foot traffic. On the other hand, software or a franchise scales infinitely. Once a piece of software is built, it can be distributed globally online without worrying about per-unit production costs. But wait, let's look at a really critical trap that ruins so many potential wealth builders. You have to step back and honestly ask yourself if your business is secretly just another job. If your solution requires your direct physical time to generate money, you haven't really built a wealth-generating machine. Actually, scratch that. You've just given yourself a new boss, and that boss is you. Let's look at a yoga teacher who charges $100 an hour. They sound like they're doing really well, but their income is physically capped by the hours in a day. They can literally only teach so many classes. But an online yoga course, that is recorded once, and it generates money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It scales infinitely without requiring a single extra minute of the creator's active time. To successfully detach your time from your money, you must implement an automation engine. This means putting strict systems and processes in place. You need to outsource tasks to others and hire employees if it financially makes sense. And crucially, this is a big one, you have to remove your ego. You might think you're the absolute best at every task, but you have to step back and let the business run like a smooth machine without your constant daily intervention. Now, what's really interesting here is how this maps out the exact blueprint, going from identifying a pain point to the ultimate payout. First, find the problem. Second, build a scalable solution around it. Third, automate it with systems and people. And finally, step 4, you either continue to run it passively or you encounter a liquidation event, meaning you sell the business. And that final payout in step 4, it could be absolutely massive. This is the moment someone actually buys the solution you spent years building. Just think about when PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion. That single transaction put $165 million straight into a young Elon Musk's pocket. That is the true equation of wealth, coming to full fruition. But as we reach the end of this explainer, we kind of have to admit a profound truth about this entire process. None of this was ever actually about the money itself. Because money is just a piece of paper, it's literally just a number on a screen, and its value is only backed up by our collective belief in it. Your true destination wasn't anything monetary related. It was a feeling. The ultimate goal is freedom. It's the ability to pay off the mortgage, travel the world, and never have to panic about rent or bills again. It is about buying back the one resource you can never, ever reclaim, your time. So you have the absolute liberty to do what you want exactly when you want to do it. So as you look at your own life and your own career today, remember that this equation applies everywhere. Whether you want to build a massive global business or you simply want to leverage a higher salary at your current job by being more valuable to your employer, the formula remains exactly the same. So I'll leave you with the ultimate question to kickstart your journey to wealth and freedom. What problems are you solving today?